For the third day of Christmas decluttering, we are going to look at items that we can donate or sell. Hello, my name's Rachel, and at the minute we are doing 12 days of Christmas decluttering, in which I share either some decluttering that I've done or some different challenges that you can take part in to help declutter your home in time for the new year. And today we're going to look at items that we can sell or donate. If you haven't seen my videos before, my name is Rachel and I do videos all about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. This is the second year now that I have done the 12 days of Christmas decluttering, and it was a really big hit last year, so I thought I would do it again this year and kind of share different ideas and strategies that you could do to get decluttering. So today we're going to look at items that you could sell or donate. So I've got 5 different areas that I'm going to give to you that you could either choose to donate or sell, and you should be able to do them relatively easily. So the first area is electronic devices. So do you have any unused phones, consoles or devices that are sat in drawers or cupboards that are not being used? If you're somebody that regularly updates their phone, you might have some old devices hanging around just in case you might need them. The chances are you probably are not going to use them, because if your phone does break or get damaged, you tend to go for just purchasing a new one or getting it fixed. So the chances are you're not going to need about 5 different spare phones in your drawer. And the thing is, if you keep the old devices for a long period of time, the value of them is going to depreciate. So that your best option is to get rid of them as soon as you have got a new one, so that you have got that maximum amount of money for your item. So try and get in the habit of, if you are somebody that wants to get new up-to-date models, then selling your old ones quite quickly afterwards is a really good way to keep on top of those things. So if you've got some devices that are not being used, ask yourself some key questions. Have you used them in the last year? Are you likely to use them in the next year? And what is the reason you are keeping them? If you can't answer any of those and don't really know why you've got them, then it might be worth considering getting rid of them. What you can do is there are a few different sites that you can sell on. So for electronic devices, you could go through eBay, you could do local selling sites on social media like Facebook, and you should be able to get a decent price. There are also trading companies like CEX that will take in used devices probably for a lower amount, but will at least get rid of your items from your home and give you some cash. If you're feeling generous, you might have some old devices that maybe a family member or friend might like. You could donate it to them, or you could donate it to a charity so that they can make some profit from it. Now is a great time of year to go through and declutter devices like that, because I'm definitely somebody that would buy second-hand items for my son or for myself in the lead up to Christmas if that's the item that they wanted. So my son is very aware that we do second-hand items, we don't need to buy new. So we are those prime people that would be buying second-hand items. So now's a really good time to buy in the lead up to Christmas, especially if you think about that everybody's going to be in a much tighter budget after the cost of living crisis and the energy crisis. So bear in mind that now is a really good time to sell, and it will give you some extra pocket money to be able to put towards your presents or things that you need. So it works in a cycle. So anything that you don't need, somebody else will want. Something that somebody else doesn't want, you might need. It creates a cycle. It kind of creates a reduce, reuse, recycle kind of concept, and that's what we're kind of striving for if you're thinking about minimalism. Okay, our second item to think about decluttering to either sell or donate is furniture. So I know lots of people over the years end up accumulating furniture from either different family members or themselves when they go to different shops and they build things up, and then it can create a very cluttered space. And it might be that you want to embrace the idea of space in the new year, so now's a really good time to get rid of any unused furniture. So think about bulky items that are not serving a purpose, or smaller items that are just adding to that clutter feel, or extra surfaces that end up having clutter on top. Think about those areas and whether or not you can reduce the amount of furniture that you have. Selling items is reasonably easy. If you've got good quality items that are known brands or are in good condition, you should be able to get a decent amount of money via social media like Facebook. You can sell on eBay, but I haven't had an awful lot of experience selling furniture on eBay. I know it's possible, but obviously you need to consider delivery costs and things like that, or if you want collection only. Another option is to donate. This is a really good item to donate because there are lots of people that are setting up a home for the first time that have very little money, and they will probably go to a charity because you can donate furniture to different charities, and they will offer it to families that are looking for that cheaper option. So I've quite often bought second-hand furniture, and it's a really good way of reusing items that are still in good condition. If you've got relatively good condition furniture, consider donating that as well. If you don't want to donate to charity, you could donate to friends or family members. They might like the item. So put it out there and see what items you think might suit other people. The next one is appliances. So how many different appliances have you got in your kitchen, around your home, that you do not use? So I'm talking about like spare hoovers, kitchen appliances like different devices such as like a toasty maker, a waffle maker, a Ninja Bullet, or food processor, a mixer. You have so many appliances that you might have in your kitchen or in your home that are actually not being used. So have a look through and see if there are any that you are no longer using or don't intend to use. I know some people go on the kind of trend of new appliances, so at the minute the current fad is to have air fryers and people are cooking with them, but previous years it's been waffle makers or cupcake makers, so it all goes round in cycles. But actually, do you use them and are you getting your value for it? If not, then see if there's a way that you can sell it locally. That's probably the easiest way, or donate it to a charity. Charities are a little bit more different about electronic devices, so they will check them that they are working, but that is still an option. Okay, the fourth idea is to sell clothes. Selling clothes is sometimes for some people a bit stressful. I know that I'm not a big fan of selling clothes because I find it quite timely and time consuming, but I love the purchase of second-hand clothes. So I see it on the other side of it. It is a big market at the minute, especially with new sites such as Vinted and obviously eBay for ways of selling clothes, and social media as well. So when it comes to kind of adult clothes, I tend to buy second-hand at the minute that are kind of a bit more higher end because I'm looking for those quality pieces, but I will take my time to buy them. So having them available on a selling site might be a bit of a longer process, but if you've got items that are new with tags, they are likely to keep quite a good value, so they are good ones to sell. If you're thinking that you've got lots of worn out clothes, then they might be better for donating or passing on to family members, etc. When it comes to children's clothes, I find that much easier because they grow so quickly. I tend to just do bundles. So every time my son has grown out of one particular age group, I've just got a bin bag and I've filled it with all of that size, and then I've sold it as one big bundle. So I'll sell like a big bundle of like 0 to 6 months clothes for like £10 or £20 because there's still loads in there, and they're probably in pretty good condition because lots of baby clothes and young child clothes doesn't get used. So it's worth selling them in bundles, and a lot of people will quite happily buy second-hand children's clothes in bundles as well. I always did that, so when I sold I also then brought in bundles as well because it just meant that you'd get lots more for your money, and especially when they're growing so quickly, it's not worth buying brand new sparkly items that are just going to get worn anyway. So second-hand is always a good option. And finally, my last item if you're looking to sell or donate is bags and purses. Again, these are quite high ticket items that are quite popular for selling and buying, and so I'm starting to think about the colours that might work for my minimalist capsule wardrobe, and buying second-hand is a great way of doing that because you're still getting, for the seller, you're still getting a good price for your item, especially if they're in really good condition. So Vinted again is another one that's really good for selling bags or purses, as well as eBay. Social media is another quick way of selling as well because actually you've got local people wanting quick pickup so that they can have the items ready for Christmas. So if you want a quicker purchase, you might want to go via social media to get those local people involved in buying those items. So whilst a lot of it I have centred on being able to sell, there are lots of items that you might really want to consider donating to other people, either to charity or to people that you know, or to people that might need it, because actually we are here to kind of help each other out, and why not share some of the things that you have to be able to support others. I hope you've enjoyed these 5 different items that you could sell or donate. I will be back for more 12 Days of Christmas Decluttering very soon, and don't forget, if you want to see more videos on my channel, I do videos all about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year. Take care. Bye.